It's my pleasure as mayor of the city of Washington to introduce our governor, Pat Quinn.
Okay, thanks, Gary. Thank you. Well, I want to thank Gary Menier and all the people of Washington. I just got a wristband here. I think all of us in Illinois, we all believe in Washington. We're Washington strong. We understand how important it is for the family of Illinois, 13 million strong, to come together at hard times where people are hit by natural disasters like tornadoes, and not only here in Washington, but places like Brookport and Diamond and New Minden and Gifford. Those are communities that were hard hit by those tornadoes that occurred on November 17th. And we want to make sure that everyone who was affected by the tornadoes in any part of our state knows that there is a deadline. It's January 27th of next year, and next year begins tomorrow. It begins, I guess, at midnight, 12:01 tonight. And 27th of January is the deadline to appeal for, to apply for assistance. It's, I think, disasterassistance.gov is the website, the online website to make your application. And we want everyone to work together, families and businesses, to make sure that you apply. We were able very quickly, through the great help of every community here and all over Illinois and all the first responders, to get our application in for federal disaster relief. That was granted by the president in very quick time. And now we have the ability, the people of our state, both the families, the homeowners, the residents, as well as the businesses, to apply for relief under the law, under the federal law, and that includes small business administration loans. But the deadline is the 27th of January, and we found in the spring where we had the floods, and in this area of our state there were many counties affected by the floods. And we had floods in the spring and tornadoes about a month or so ago, and so we have to understand that these application processes are very, very important to getting maximum amount of relief that is needed to recover from the tornado or from the flood in the spring. We respect nature in Illinois. We understand how powerful it can be. We have to work together with our local officials and our Illinois Emergency Management Agency when natural disasters strike. Since I've been governor, Illinois has had 10 disasters across our state of various kinds, weather disasters. 7 have been declared by the federal government to be major disasters entitled to federal disaster relief. And so we worked together on this, and I was so impressed by all the first responders who came forward to help out here in Washington and all over Illinois. They really inspired the spirit. And I think at the very end of this year, 2013, which was clearly a very turbulent year for many, many people in this part of Illinois and other parts of Illinois as well, we thank God for those men and women who answer the call to duty, and when something very serious affects the community, they rush out to help their neighbor. And I was here that day after the tornado, and I saw firsthand the tremendous spirit of our first responders and our those who are in our Illinois Emergency Management Agency. Their job is to be there when you really, really need them. And we were able to ask the legislature for funding for that agency. We need to have that, and it has to be approved by law today, because we do have requirements under federal law for our state to put some money forward to our disaster recovery account. And the legislature, at my request, passed unanimously that amount of money. It's almost $6 million. And when I sign this bill today, it will give us the opportunity to put that into our account with the federal government, so we won't have any interest or penalties assessed on our disaster recovery account. We want to definitely salute all the volunteers that came forward all across Illinois this past year, whether it was the floods in the spring or the tornadoes in November. When you drive into the town of Washington and you saw all those cars parked along the side of the road, men and women from every part of Illinois, and perhaps even outside of Illinois. But they were there when we really needed them. And I think it's very important that we salute that volunteer spirit, because the heart of Illinois and the heart of America is the heart of a volunteer. Our release does have the information of where to call if people want to use the phone to get disaster application relief. And also, as I mentioned, the federal website is disasterassistance.gov. I'm going to sign the bill right now. I'll ask everybody to get behind me. Okay, Gary, here we are. This is funding for our emergency management agency, and we all work together. We're all in this together. When something bad happens, we come together, work as a family, and get back on our feet.